When you think of iconic cameras, Hasselblad is always one of the first names that comes to mind. Known for their timeless design and legendary color science, their systems have long been admired by professionals who demand both technical precision and artistry. With the release of the new X2D II camera, Hasselblad hasn't just refined their flagship medium-format camera, they've pushed it into a category of its own. It's rare that an update manages to address nearly every request from a passionate community while still surprising even loyal fans with thoughtful innovations. But that's exactly what has happened here. This camera doesn't just build on its predecessor, it reshapes what medium format can be in everyday use. The first thing that strikes you is how it feels in the hand. The X2D II camera carries a subtle gunmetal gray finish, a shift away from the stark matte black of the earlier model. The new finish feels luxurious yet understated, almost as if it's blending classic craftsmanship with modern sophistication. From a distance it maintains that unmistakable Hasselblad silhouette, sleek and minimalistic, but once you get closer you notice all the little refinements that make it easier to use. The grip has been reshaped with a more tactile texture, giving a firmer hold, which matters when you're carrying a heavy medium format body paired with a substantial zoom lens. These adjustments might seem minor, but they transform how natural it feels to shoot for long sessions. It's less about adapting yourself to the camera and more about the camera adapting to you. Another welcome change lies in how you interact with it. Previous generations lacked a joystick, something photographers have grown used to on other systems. Now there's a 5-direction joystick that makes navigating menus and moving focus points effortless. This might not sound revolutionary, but anyone who has struggled with clunky navigation knows how significant this is. It's joined by a customizable button on the front, giving even more flexibility for quick access settings. The screen has also received a serious upgrade, an old display that's brighter, sharper, and far more versatile. It can tilt at multiple angles, even extending outward so it doesn't collide with the electronic viewfinder, making tricky angles far easier to handle. When combined, ergonomics and controls feel thoughtfully modernized without losing the clean, iconic design Hasselblad is known for. Of course, a Hasselblad camera isn't just about handling, it's about the image. The X2D II camera retains its massive 100-megapixel medium-format sensor, but it now stretches its performance even further. With a bump dynamic range of over 15 stops, you capture detail in both shadows and highlights that lesser sensors simply can't replicate. One of the most groundbreaking improvements is the ability to shoot full HDR directly in camera. It doesn't just capture the data it processes, generates, and lets you preview HDR results before they even touch an editing program. This is a game changer for those who want confidence in the field that their vision is already realized in the shot. Whether shooting RAW JPEG or the newer high-efficiency formats, the files feel complete before they leave the body. Where the X2D II camera makes its biggest leap forward is in autofocus. Historically, medium-format cameras have been criticized for being slow, deliberate tools, perfect for the studio but less practical for fast-moving situations. Hasselblad has shattered that perception with this model. By combining phase detection, contrast detection, and LiDAR technology, the autofocus system delivers continuous subject tracking that feels fluid and reliable. It recognizes people, vehicles, and other subjects with surprising precision, something you'd expect from high-end full-frame systems but rarely in medium format. With 425 phase detection points working in tandem, the camera is now equally comfortable tracking a runner outdoors as it is fine-tuning focus in a portrait studio. For photographers who have always wished medium format could keep up with action, this system finally makes that possible. Stabilization has also been enhanced to a remarkable degree. The earlier X2D camera already impressed with 7 stops of in-body image stabilization, but this time Hasselblad has pushed it to 10. With such a large sensor, stability is crucial, and this update ensures tack-sharp results even in long exposures handheld. It's not just about preventing blur, it's about opening creative possibilities that once required a tripod. Combined with the intelligent autofocus, this makes 100-megapixel captures both reliable and liberating. You don't have to treat the camera as fragile or delicate, it becomes a robust partner in nearly any shooting environment. When put to use outside of a controlled studio, the difference becomes even clearer. During travel through Lake Como in Italy, the camera revealed its dual identity. It delivered the color accuracy and tonal richness that Hasselblad is celebrated for, yet it also proved nimble enough to react to changing light, movement, and spontaneous moments. The natural color science gives images a lifelike quality, not overly enhanced but beautifully true to what the eye sees. You walk away from each frame knowing it holds the authenticity of the moment without demanding hours of post-production to make it right. Much of this magic is amplified by the new lens launched alongside the camera, the Hasselblad X2D II 100mm. This zoom lens may well be the most versatile tool the company has created for their X system. Covering an equivalent focal range of roughly 28 to 76 millimeters, it effortlessly adapts from wide landscapes to intimate portraits. With a variable aperture of f2.8 to f4, it still delivers striking depth of field thanks to the larger medium format sensor. While some might worry about f4 being limiting, in this format it remains impressively shallow, producing dreamy subject separation even at the longer end. What makes the lens particularly exciting is how it pairs with the autofocus improvements. Equipped with a new STM motor, it is the fastest focusing lens Hasselblad has ever produced, and when matched with the X2D II camera's subject tracking, it feels responsive and precise across the entire zoom range. In practice, the lens feels like a workhorse. It's big, yes, but it covers nearly every situation you'd encounter on a shoot. In the studio, its clarity and consistency across focal lengths rival prime lenses. In the field, it means you no longer have to carry multiple primes or switch lenses constantly to cover different perspectives. For photographers who typically lean on a 24 to 70 mm in full-frame systems, this lens fills that role with the added richness of medium format. And with the ability to crop deeply into 100 megapixel files, the reach goes far beyond what the optical zoom alone offers. It's effectively infinite flexibility in a single lens, and that alone could make it the most valuable piece of glass in Hasselblad's lineup. The new lens also solidifies Hasselblad's approach to building a holy trinity of zooms. With the existing ultra-wide 20 to 35 mm and now the 35 to 100 mm, the system is expanding into a lineup that covers the full spectrum photographers rely on most. This strategy means more shooters can confidently invest in Hasselblad for both versatility and specialization, knowing they don't have to sacrifice practicality for image quality. The hardware is only one side of the story. Hasselblad has also leaned into software integration with the updated Focus Mobile 2 app. This isn't a lightweight add-on, it's a fully capable extension of the camera's HDR workflow. You can preview and edit HDR images directly within the app, handle raw JPEG and Ultra HDR files, and even apply noise reduction natively. For photographers working in dynamic conditions, it's liberating to start the editing process instantly without waiting to return to a desktop. It shows that Hasselblad understands how workflows have changed and that seamless integration between capture and processing is essential in the modern world. Looking at the complete package, what stands out is how thoroughly Hasselblad has listened to its users. The X2D II camera doesn't just sprinkle in small upgrades, it addresses nearly every area where photographers wanted more. The joystick, the enhanced grip, the autofocus tracking, the stabilization, all of these were top requests, and now they're delivered in a way that feels cohesive, not patched together. It's the kind of update that transforms the camera from a specialty tool into a daily driver for professionals who previously might have left medium format at home for anything outside controlled environments. For those who already use Hasselblad systems, this camera feels like home yet reinvigorated. It maintains the legendary color science, the tactile design, and the heritage that make Hasselblad unique. But it's also faster, smarter, and more practical in ways that widen its appeal. It no longer asks photographers to slow down to match its pace, it keeps up with them instead. And when paired with the new 35 to 100 mm lens, it becomes a complete system that can tackle virtually any scenario without compromise. The experience of shooting with the X2D II camera is as important as the results it produces. There's a certain joy in knowing the camera can handle whatever you throw at it. Whether it's an intricate studio portrait, a spontaneous moment on the street, or a landscape at sunset, each press of the shutter is met with the confidence that the image will be not only sharp and stable but also alive with the natural color that defines Hasselblad. That is what makes this release more than just another camera. It's an evolution that honors tradition while boldly stepping into the future. In the end, the Hasselblad X2D II camera is not simply an incremental improvement, it's the camera the original X2D camera was always meant to become. It takes the beauty and character of its predecessor and fills in the gaps with intelligent refinements that make it complete. For photographers who demand the best balance of image quality, usability, and versatility, it is a truly compelling choice. And with the addition of the new zoom lens, it proves that Hasselblad isn't just refining cameras, they're building a system designed to inspire creativity across every corner of photography. This isn't just a tool, it's a partner for anyone ready to elevate their craft to the next level.